Good morning, Elsa. How are you?
I'm excellent, Colleen. How are you?
I am
I'm
doing
happy to be here.
good, good. I'm so glad you are here. And so you are Elsa Winterkorn. And if I had to know three things about you as a woman, independent of your business, that would make me relate to you and see who you are inside your world, what would those three things be?
Not with my business.
Yeah, not with your business.
Okay.
Just want to put
I'm
you on the spot.
well, I'm 67, so I'm definitely definitely in the midlife part. I have worn many hats in my life, and so I feel that I can bring a lot to the table when I talk to people, that I've experienced a lot of different aspects in my journey in my life. I am very much I don't like to be controlled, and I will not sit quietly and let people try and tell me what to do and how to do it. And but I'm also open um, to conversations about what people have to offer to say, there's two sides to every story. I'm a good listener, which is part of what I do. It's really hard to separate myself from what I do because I'm a
Right?
holistic practitioner. And that's exactly who I am. I like to help people, and I can help them on a lot of different ways because of being my past corporate hat. I can help guide them when they're in a strenuous situation with their employment situation, and I can guide them about what to do, what not to do, how to do it, so they don't blow up their lives because they're upset in the moment and they yell out, I quit. And I've guided quite a few clients of mine, spa clients, and circle of family and friends to say, listen, this is your rights. This is what you can do, and this is how you're going to do it. Because I've been there, done it. So I know that I'm guiding them the right way. So I like to help people when they're in a very stressful situation to say, you just have to take a breath and this is what you're going to do. And don't do it out of all these crazy emotions. Like you have to really ground yourself and make proper decisions to get where you want to go without creating more chaos and more stress in your life. Um, I've been part of the tapping solution, learning how to tap on your meridians, recognizing what's going on in your subconscious mind and how to really help yourself there. So I've helped people, again, spa clients, recovering addicts of different levels, learning how to tap, teaching them how to tap. And it's really cool when I get a feedback saying, oh my God, I went to my therapist and they asked me, how do I help myself through those moments of angst? And I tell them, oh, I tap. And they go, how do you know how to tap? Oh, well, my massage
Right.
therapist taught me how to tap. So just being curious all my life about the body and how it can heal itself and the mindset and all that stuff has really played a huge part in my life for my decision making. And things happen in your life that you can't control, but you can control how you respond to them. And that's a big lesson for me too, is to learn how to just take a deep breath and just really come at things without all the emotions attached, right? And so I'm a mom to my daughter Cassandra, who's a phenomenal artist. She's my gypsy soul. She travels everywhere. She's a tattoo artist by trade. She's so creative. I'm so blessed she chose me to be her mama. Our grandson Lennox, her son, lives with us for the last 5 years. And so I get to have these moments with Lennox where I'm learning again how to, because when you have your child for the first time, you really are in survival mode. Like you've never been a
Right.
mom before. So all these things that are not in a handbook, like this is real life. So I get
Yep.
a do over here with Lennox, and he'll be 21 in October. And again, it's a boy, and I raised a girl. And so there's all this adjustment and having different conversations, really having conversations, not just being, you need to go do this, you need to, not being that um, person anymore. It's like so different, this opportunity that I've had here with him.
It is
And for my
different with your
husband as well,
grandkids.
he's never had children before, he's never been married before. So he and I met when my daughter was 14, which is, teenager. So for him, it was like, oh, I'm good if we don't have kids.
So I want to go back. I want to take a minute and I want to go back to what you said about you have so much knowledge. And I really feel like, and I believe that every woman that's made it to midlife is like a vault of information. And
Mm,
our jobs, once, as mentors and people that are helping these midlife women come into that, is to help them sort the information that they've gathered and accumulated through the years, to get that sorted into what's beneficial, what's rubbish, what to get rid of, what can really take them into a place of authenticity and a place of grandeur where they just are in love with themselves and their life, and they understand the benefit that the information can be to those around them. Because I think
mhm.
it's a sad thing when that information is, sometimes it's squashed, sometimes it's squandered, but when it's not paid attention to, when we just like, oh, there's an old person, or oh, yeah, they've been through a lot. How much better would we be as people if we would take that information that each of us have within us and just put it out there to the world to help people like you're doing, and like you're doing coming on the coffee chat? You're going to share your experience and your things you've been through in a way that can help the other midlife women who watch this. And I just think that if every midlife woman, if we can get them to reach into that point where they understand that, yeah, there were some pretty horrible things. You don't get to midlife without going through some crap, right? So there were
Absolutely.
some things that got us here, yeah. But what we walked away with, those things became our foundation. We took the lessons learned and went, I'm not doing that again, or heck yes, I'm standing up for myself, or this didn't align, or however we did that. But we need to teach all the midlife women to be able to do that so that they can live the life of their dreams is the biggest thing. But you have to process that information that you have. And part of that is sharing it. So why don't you go ahead with us now and share all of your input on how we can be better people, show up with clarity. What is it you're doing that helps you get up and be present and clear and excited to be there every day?
I think the biggest part is the willingness to want to continually to grow yourself in your self-improvement. Like I take lots of different courses, whether they're online or whatever, to self-improvement and being like right now I'm part of a group that I was blessed to be invited to. It's the John Maxwell group, and listening to his audio, like his videos of adding value to people every day, adding value in some way, shape, or form, um, for yourself, to give value, to show value. Uh, I think building relationships, connections, like because I do a home-based spa, they walk through that door, they're a stranger to me. But by the time their session is over and our conversations have flowed, they leave. It's a hug goodbye. They've become a friend.
Right.
So I think women need to know their self-worth, value themselves, and be able to say, I want to expand my horizons. I want to start reading or taking classes or jumping on Zooms or whatever it is, even get a life coach if that is in their, um, in their money mindset, because money mindset is a thing too, right? Like if you tell yourself I can't afford it, then you're never going to provide yourself the opportunity to just do it. Because I believe that money is energy and it flows and it comes and it goes. And I have all sorts of things around my home where it's like gratitude, waking up in gratitude every day that you even are here, because every day is a blessing. You don't know when you're not going to be here. Gratitude in you have a roof over your head. Gratitude that you have loved ones, people, solid friendships. You don't have to have quantity, you need quality. People that love you at your worst and will be there no matter what. So surround yourself with people that you know you can lean on, and people that lift you up and not drag you down. So it's everything. It's your mindset, what you feel in your heart, giving to people without expecting anything in return. We do this thing called Wealth Wednesdays, and Wealth Wednesdays is a random act of kindness for a total stranger. So there's been even a compliment, holding open a door, giving that extra tip, doing the car behind me in a drive-through, paying for their order, like there's putting money into like a box of diapers with an envelope saying, I hope this makes your day. It can be $5. It doesn't have to be monumental, but it's the random act of kindness for total strangers on Wednesdays is our thing. And it's so cool when my grandson is in our car and he has a friend in the back seat, and I'll be going through a drive-through and he'll be like, watch what she does, watch what she's going to do, because he knows it's Wednesday, right? So I'm either going
Right.
to give an extra tip to the lady at the window, or I'm going to do both. I'm going to pay for the car behind me or something. And he's like, yep, this is my Oma. She does Wealth Wednesdays. This is what she does for people. And
Very
so it makes
good.
me feel good that I've implanted that onto him,
Right.
right? That you
Right.
can be
Absolutely.
generous with people. And so I think what you do for others comes back to you tenfold. And if you can do things that make your heart smile and put a smile on somebody else's face, and it's not just on their face, it's touching their heart at the same time, a hug, whatever it may be. So I think women just need to really embrace their own power and know that they're worthy of more than what they've accepted, because I believe we treat people how to treat us, because we don't create boundaries and we don't speak up and say, that actually really hurt me, what you just did,
Right.
or that kind of offended me, or I don't understand why you just said that, because it made me feel this is what you said and this is how it made me feel, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
calling people on it and having them be accountable for what they just made you feel. Biggest thing in my 40s was learning how to say no without guilt.
Very good. Yes.
I really don't want to do something, go somewhere, or whatever. I am no longer saying yes just because I don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever, because it's like, if I don't want to really do it, I'm going to hate the entire experience. It's going to affect my mood, your mood. It's not going to be a good time anyway. So why put us all through this? So if I really don't want to do something and I'm adamant, this is not what I'm happy, it's not going to make me feel good. I can already feel my chest getting tight at the thought of going and doing that, then I'm not going to force myself. So
Right.
learning how to say no without guilt is huge. And being able to honestly look in the mirror and tell yourself how great you are and actually mean it. And stop being uncomfortable in your own skin. Being able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, you're actually pretty amazing.
Yeah, but I think a lot of
And
women weren't raised to do that.
and put positive notes. My mirror is full of positive affirmations in heart-shaped stickers around my mirror. They're in every room. They're on my front door. They're right here. I am open and ready to attract unlimited abundance into my life. Affirmations are everywhere in my home.
Very
So
good.
it's self-talk. Get rid of the self-toxic talk. Stop with the I can't, I won't. Get those negative words out of your mindset and start flipping that switch to being something like, maybe you can't afford it right now. So you just say, at the moment, it's not in my budget versus I can't afford it. It's not in my budget at the moment, which
Right.
is a totally different way of saying that other negative connotation, because you're never going to, I believe your energy and vibrations attract what you are thinking about.
Right. Of course they do. Sure. So, if I were a client of yours and I came to meet with you, what services do you offer?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have a wide variety of massages. So I'm a certified reflexologist first, and then I got into aromatherapy massage. So they call it relaxation massaging modalities. So it's aromatherapy massage, Indian head massage, which is not just your head, it's your full upper back, your neck, head, face, hands, and arms. Hot jade stone massage, Bella Bocce cupping massage. So my cups are silicone based, so I warm them up. So they're very flexible, so I can squeeze them, put them on your tissue, release it, and it picks up the tissue, and I can glide it, and your tissue rolls with my cups, which is really cool, instead of the stagnation ones where you suck out the air and then you can't slide them, right? They're not mobile. um, Ionic detox cleansing, and then I became a certified pedicurist because I was having so many different clientele come to me, and I was seeing a lot of foot issues, and I could see it was nail fungus and I could see athlete's foot, but I didn't know how to treat it. So I decided to go take every time. So let me backtrack. Every time I added another modality to my genre, to my toolkit, let's say, the more clients I was attracting, the more variety of situations I was seeing. And I wanted to be able to treat them and have them do one place for their treatments. And so I did. I took like a medical pedicure course in Toronto. It was 4 days. It was taught by doctors and nurses. It was intense, and everything is in Latin. Like
Wow.
onychomycosis is nail fungus, for God's sakes. That's the name. So, but I love how the body works, and I love how everything is so connected, and we're such a fine-tuned machine. And they brought in busloads of seniors for a full day of pedicures with all of us. And I'm telling you, there was stuff in textbooks I never thought I'd see in real life, and they were right there in front of me. And I never ever thought as a hairdresser that I would touch feet in my entire life.
Yeah.
But after becoming a reflexologist and having to do practicums, which is 70 pairs of feet, where you track on a sheet of like, this is all the zones and these are the hot spots that you find, and then I decided to do 7 people 10 times each, and I would do them two, like, every other week, and then I would do my chart for them. And so by the time you're done your 70 practicums, you're over the fact of touching feet. It's just
Right.
part of it's just part of the human body. But I tell you, it's one of the most gets you into homeostasis so fast. You're no longer in flight and fight mode within, I'd say, less than 10 minutes of me working on your feet. I spend 50 minutes, so 25 minutes per foot. And it's addressing all your glands and organs, your lymphatics, your blood circulation. You have 7,200 nerves that run down to each foot. So it addresses a lot. And men will fall asleep a lot quicker than women. Some of my women, I just say, we can talk after your service. Just allow yourself to become one with the bed. And a lot of them go, no, I want to talk to you. I love our visits. And this is, so they want to talk to me the whole time I'm providing services. But I have to really ask them to just allow themselves to go in the zone, because that's the whole purpose, is to get you into homeostasis.
Right.
So you are 100% relaxed and your body is repairing itself, and it's releasing all these negative ions and things in your body to just get out of fight, flight, and freeze mode, right? Like, why wouldn't you want that? So those are the services I do. And I'm just now leaving my 13th year and about to enter my 14th year of working at home. So
Very good.
I've been very blessed.
Very good. Okay. Let me see. What else did you want to share with our audience today?
Uh, well, I recently, I didn't have a doctor for about a year and a half, and I just found a new doctor this past November. And my last physical that I went to her, I was hitting almost 200 pounds. Bad winter. I don't know. My husband's a huge snacker. I cave. Anyways, I followed my girlfriend's journey recently. We've been friends for 37 years, and she had recently moved from Kitchener to Newfoundland, and so she felt very isolated. So she was going through a lot of loneliness and depression and separation anxiety from her family and friends. Um, and so she gained a lot of weight as well, but she was like pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. And then she found this product that she started to take, and I was following her journey and saw the change in her, like was made my heart completely like melt that she was finding herself again. It wasn't just the weight loss, it was everything, the whole package. And so I decided to try them as well. And that was in January 15th. I signed up to be her customer. And this morning I weighed myself and I'm down 16 pounds. And that feels good. That feels good because I've been used to wearing very comfy clothes because that's been yoga pants and, you know, um, and so my moods, like I don't have a thyroid. I haven't had one since my early 20s. Back then we didn't have Google. I didn't know enough to argue or challenge doctors. They gave me a radioactive time release capsule, which was, when I reflect back on that moment, it was I just can't believe that I allowed that. But anyway, so I took this radioactive time release capsule. It zapped my entire thyroid. Then I had 5 years of this roller coaster of trying to rebalance my thyroid because it ended up part of my thyroid, a little minute part of it started to rejuvenate itself. So the meds I was on was as if I had nothing. So then I had heart palpitations. So it was a mini nightmare for 5 years. So getting on to the same things that my girlfriend Paula is on, I I'm can't wait for my blood work again to see what my thyroid levels are at. I can't wait to see my cholesterol levels. I know I've lost inches in weight, but it's the hormones, right?
Right.
So balancing our hormones is the big thing. And I feel like I have a really nice energy level. I feel like the inflammation, my arthritis in my knees is settling down. Like there's no more tight when I'm walking up and down the stairs. There's no more happening. So physically, I'm feeling amazing being on these drops. Um, in the US, they are homeopathic ingredients. They are they have an NFR registration with FDA. Um, they're arriving in Canada on the ground for us to get them from a Canadian warehouse in by the end of May. The drops are actually made in Ireland. And yeah, I'm just happy with how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm getting myself back again and that I'm on the right path again. Because when you don't have a thyroid and your hormones are out of whack, number one, without a thyroid, you're very lethargic. Like
Right.
you can't fight the whole let's close your eyes for 5 minutes. Like your body literally pulls your eyelids down. Like it's brutal. Um, and brain fog. And I call it squirrel moments. It's like, what was I just doing? What was I just doing? And you know, and then you get a little bit like, oh my God, is this signs of Alzheimer's or dementia? Like what's happening here? But it really is your hormones are out of whack. And so your thyroid is your second most important hormone in your body. And yet it is the first thing that the doctors will remove And it is the last thing that they actually say is wrong with you. Well, let's do the wait and see. When you feel off and it controls your hair, you can have major hair loss, you can have weight gain, weight loss, depending on hyper or hypo. You can get the bulging of the eyes, you can get the goiter of the neck. Like it controls your reproductive organs. Like your thyroid is really important. So it's really sucks when you go to the doctor and let's say you are overweight. Oh, you need to exercise more. It's not that. It's your thyroid is messed up. And you can starve yourself and you won't budge that scale. And
Right.
mine was the opposite. I lost 30 pounds in less than 3 months. I was a girl size 14 and I'm 21 years old. And it was only the grace of God that my girlfriend that I was working with said, I think you need to get your thyroid checked because mine blew up on me last year and it was my thyroid. You need to go get your thyroid checked. And so my doctor was very good about sending me to a thyroid specialist. And sure enough, it was my thyroid that
Right.
was causing me to lose all this rapid weight loss. And when you're on the other end where you're losing weight, you're so hungry all the time that you can't ignore your hunger pains. In the middle of the night, you're getting up to eat something because you can't ignore it because you're burning the fuel faster than you're absorbing it, right?
Right.
So I'm really grateful that I've been on these hormone balancing drops since mid-January. I feel amazing. I feel really good, and and I know it's healthy. And there's a lot of
What's the
ingredients in
ingredients?
here. Pardon?
What are the ingredients?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me. I saw something the other day. Let me go
You
in.
Google it really quick. What's the
So,
name of them?
okay, so it's a combination of vitamin B, biotin, vitamin H, a blend of herbs. Um, Yeah, I mean, it's been approved by FDA. So I actually, before I went on them, because of my thyroid meds, I was like, oh, okay, I need to check because there's a lot of things I don't do because of my thyroid bullshit. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But I just feel like my thyroid controls so much of my life that it's like, oh, I wish I had my thyroid back. Um,
So
but
what's the
it's
name of
gone.
what are the name of these drops?
Oh, they are called body balancing drops. Um, So
By
there's two
what company?
bottles.
What's the name?
One bottle is called SlenderX, the other one is called Accelerate. But they are called in together as a body balancing drops. Um, like I said, they're made in Ireland.
Slender X, Slender IZ, or Slender IX?
Slender X, SlenderIIX, Slender X. It's spelt funny.
They have
And
a
then
Z on
Accelerate
here.
is,
That's so funny. Online it shows it with the IIZ, not IIX.
oh, it's IIX. And then Accelerate is XCELER8. Accelerate.
E
So
X
they are
C
fermented
L E R
XCELER, the number 8. So in other countries, they are being called day and night drops. And I'm not sure. They might be called that when they land in Canada for us to be able to order within Canada. They might be called day and night drops, which is just Health Canada has a lot of regulations about what you can call things, what you can't call things, and there's all these rules that you have to jump through all these hoops, which is fine. Uh, I mean, I Health Canada is a good thing. Um, but yeah, so it's I think the biggest takeaway is that it doesn't affect any other meds. Um, this has been around for almost 2 years, and people are having huge success. It isn't just about weight. There's people taking the drops that aren't having to lose weight. but they just feel so much better because it is helping their hormones balance out, and they just feel energy, and they're feeling less inflammation in their joints, which is all about increasing your mobility and living a better quality life. And also for sleep, people are not getting up as often during the night to go pee, which is what I have also noticed, because I was getting, because the whole thing is you want to have a balance. It comes with a really nice low glycemic food guide to help you kickstart, get rid of your bad habits. So, eating health, you're making healthier choices. Like I've never eat so many veggies as I have in the last 3 months consistently, now that I'm focused on my food. And I'm a chef background. So I love experimenting now and creating more different recipes. And my Facebook page is full of recipes and, using almond flour instead of other options, and just all that stuff goes hand in hand. I've always been a huge water drinker. I've always shared with my spa clients, they have leg cramps. I'm like, you're not drinking enough water. My battery is getting low. I'm going to have to charge my laptop. Um, but yeah, there's all these things that are healthy. And people need to know it isn't just doing the drops. The drops help, but it's not everything. They need to want to make changes. I haven't had alcohol in quite a few years. I don't smoke, so I don't drink. Um, so to decide to do this for yourself, you want to be able to have the mindset. It's like quitting smoking. You can't just take one pill or one whatever and say, okay, I'm going to quit smoking. You have to be ready. You have to want it, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop this just in the chat in case anybody wants it. Um, and I think that, check that out, make sure it's correct.
Yep.
Okay, good.
We don't call them skinny drops, though. We call them hormone balancing drops. I think that was somebody that created I don't know, a nickname for it because people were losing weight. Um, but yeah, it's called body balancing drops.
I see it under the Slender X and Accelerate is what it says in here.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, maybe that's because of its US kind of verbiage, but it's body balancing drops here in Canada is what they refer them to. But anyways, um, yeah, so I mean, I also have uh it's called a patch, and it's super patch. So I have that in my spa business as well. That I wear the Defend patch and I wear the Liberty patch. And so I do a lot more for my body than one single thing. Do you know what I mean? And I
Right,
still go see my chiropractor. I need an adjustment. you know, uh, I need more massaging for myself personally, and I'd love to find a really good reflexologist to go to. But it's, when you do what you do for a living, it's sometimes really hard to be the customer, the consumer, because you're in your brain, you're critiquing, going, oh, you missed that spot. Oh, you didn't do
right,
that. Oh, it's terrible. And I'm used to be a hairdresser, so I had to really like let go of that, not micromanage my own haircuts, you
right.
know? So yeah, it's
Well, all
funny.
about
But yes,
midlife is all about coming into it and just doing the best we can with it. In the fact that
yeah,
we quit micromanaging, it allows other people to excel. And so that's always good too. I'm sure you
yeah,
can remember when you were a hairdresser and people would want to micromanage their haircuts and you'd think there's another salon up the road. You want to go somewhere
yep,
else. So It's
Yep.
all about accepting our our position in life with grace and allowing others to
Yeah.
excel while we let go of micromanaging, I guess. And when we have a family and a home that we're running, especially for you as a single mom when you work, there's so much micromanaging that has to go on because you were it. You were the
Yeah.
glue, all of the glue that held it together. And so you did have to do that. But coming into micro to midlife, we don't
Yeah.
have to do that. It's like you having your grandson now. The child's not going to starve to death. You know that
Hmm.
it's going to be okay if he goes outside and gets wet. All of the things that we
Hmm.
worried about when we were raising our own children. Now we know better. And so we can relax and enjoy. And that's our time in midlife. I mean, yeah, we let go of the micromanagement, but we trade it for enjoying our authenticity,
Yes.
and for allowing
Yes.
others to become and allowing others to blossom and bloom. And knowing that,
Yes.
you know what, a bad haircut grows out and that girl's self-confidence may be so much better because she had one more practice and because you didn't say anything, maybe she notices something.
Yeah.
You just have to let everybody else develop too. And we get to be comfortable
Yeah.
doing that and lead the way in midlife doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is, yeah. I just really wish, for women that are in transition, whether it's, the mom now done being, and I read the Eckhart Tolle book, New Earth, and it was, you have to stop being mother. That
Yes.
title of mother needs to leave when you have adult children. You have to stop mothering. You have to, be there for them, and you can be a good listener, but they don't always want your advice, and you need to stop rescuing them.
Yeah.
So the whole mothering, like when I read that, I was like, "Oh my God," it was right between my eyes of, "Yep, I'm mothering my daughter to death. I need to not do that." And I'm a Virgo, so I don't know if that means anything to you, but it's always on, like, I need to take care, I need to help, I need to do, and I'm going to fix you whether you want to be fixed or not. You know what I mean? Like, so I've really had to really find myself and say, okay, stop it. Sometimes ego is
Right.
showing up, and you have to recognize it's ego in the room and walk away and just go,
Right.
no, that's not really what I want to be saying or doing. That's my ego is showing up. And I recognize ego. So Eckhart Tolle, New Earth is a great book for women to read, I tell you. Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, all those people. And if they can jump onto some John Maxwell videos and watch and listen to him, it's powerful. I mean, there's so many people out there like yourself that are available to help women to just get out of their own way sometimes, just get out of your own way and stay more open to what's coming for you, to
Right.
you, right?
Yep. Being set in your ways certainly does get in your way sometimes.
Yeah, right?
It does. It does. All righty, my dear. Well, this was fun, and I appreciate you coming and attending and putting your information out there for my audience.
Thank you. I appreciate being here, and Irene Vasberg hooked us up, so I really appreciate her. She's my soul sister and love her to bits. So thank you to you and to her. Thank you.